Okay, we are live on a Saturday, August 1st. Can you believe it's August 1st? Oh, my Lord. Let's see. There's only, I think we're having a little trouble with Twitch, but otherwise, I think we're good to go. Let me know if you are, you can hear me okay? I'm going to look at Saratoga here. Saratoga first is coming up here 30 minutes after the hour. Let's see. All right. Check my other screen, make sure we're rolling. Yeah, I guess we're rolling here on a Saturday. We got a big screen here for me. On a Saturday. Okay, I don't need that. Yeah, big screen. Let's see. Yeah, we're rolling. Big day today, Arlington Million Day. I don't know if I'll be around for that. We also have quite a bit of good racing at Saratoga. A lot of maiden specials. 4 out of the first 5 look to be maiden special weights, including the one that's coming up in about a minute now, maiden special weight. I'll try to pick somebody here. I didn't mind the 4 as a long shot. Bitter Sweet Memory. That one looked okay to me at the price. I thought the 5 was fairly worthy favorite also. But I could kind of see the 4 here, Dylan Davis on Bittersweet Memory. Probably my favorite rider on the East Coast. Hopefully we can get some equine edge here for y'all. They're loading at Saratoga's first. There we are. Trying to get some more Looks like the 5 is going to win at Saratoga. I'm just going to make a race of it, but I think the 5 holds on here. 5-3. 5-3 at the first at Saratoga. Just a little music on. Try something different here. Let's see. Don't know if you guys like that or not. Oh, Delaware Trip was great, Bruce. Oh my God, didn't win anything in the tournament though, but won some money otherwise. I was betting Saratoga and Woodbine when I was there, which I did quite well. You said you were going to go also. Yeah, so we ended up going down to Mexico after the tournament. Went down there and played golf. Messed around. We had fun though. Got a lot more money than I thought I would. We still had a good time though. We had a great time actually. Got comments here. All right. Cardiff Crack. I remember the name of those. Yeah, I had to take a look at that. I had to look it up to see what happened in that race. Good morning, Don Johnson. But yeah. Cardiff Crack. Okay. Yeah. We got Don in here. We got Bruce. They had some kind of horse racing marathon on here yesterday. Like a 12-hour stream. I didn't know what's going on. I came in, I don't even know, like 5 o'clock Pacific time, and I was like, what's going on here? Yeah. So. You know, when you come back from vacation, you always have like a ton of stuff piled up in the house, mail, and whatever. So I wasn't in any position to take on any more. Honestly, I was thinking about not even doing the show today. Honestly, I had so much to do. But I got a lot of it done, you know? I got a lot of it done. All right, looks like we got Delaware up next. We got a new member. Welcome. Rush. Just call you Rush. New member. Cool. We always need new members. Trying to figure out. So the tracks today will be all the major tracks. Except for Ellis. I didn't do Ellis. I did Saratoga, Delaware, Monmouth, Gulfstream, Colonial, Woodbine. And then I will be gone before I get to Del Mar. I got some stuff I got to do. And I think I've got a tournament later that I've got to get involved in. So yeah, yeah, man. Thanks. My pleasure. I really love doing the shows. It's just that life gets in the way sometimes. Plus, I'm big on tracking stuff, so and it's fairly time consuming to do that. So that's the other thing that I do. Anyways, if you guys have any picks or anything like that for upcoming races, or if you have any I know there's some big graded events later on. Obviously, the Arlington Million is coming up. I believe the Jim Dandy is today, and there was some recognizable horses there. Like I said, the first 4 out of 5 at Saratoga were maiden specials, which is fine. Then there's a grade 2 in the 6th race, Saratoga Special, which is for 2-year-olds, which is fine because I like 2-year-old races in general. Find it to be kind of volatile price-wise. And then after that, we got an allowance race in the 7th. And then we're into the 8th race, which is another allowance race on the turf. And then we got the Lake George, which is for 3-year-olds, mile on the 16th on the turf. That is a grade 3. Then the Jim Dandy, which I was talking about, is the 10th race. That is a grade 2 for $500,000 for 3-year-olds. It's kind of a, well, I don't want to kind of diminish it and say it's a prep for the Travers, but it kind of is. You got some interesting cast of characters here in this small 5-horse field. I think you got 4 ways to go there, honestly. But we'll see how the betting board goes. I don't like the 2. I didn't ask and answer. That was the only one I did. Like Commandment, Renegade, Chip Honcho, Silent Tactic. I think all have at least a 5% shot in here, if not more. That's a grade 2. And then we have 11th and 12th. So we got 12 races. Go on until 6:51 Eastern time. I don't think they could schedule any more because if they had any delays, they were running darkness in the 12th race. And other than that, we got Monmouth. Monmouth doesn't have any races that have 8 or more until the 7th. Delaware's got actually a decent card today. When they have good weather, they have good racing. That's just good. That should be like the Delaware bumper sticker. Good race, good weather, good racing. That's the bumper sticker I would say about Delaware. So they have good racing today. They already ran a race that had 8 or more in the first. The second has 8 or more. Third race also. 5th also. The 8th has a nice 8-horse field at least. And then that's about it for them. They actually have kind of an early card. I think they're wrapped up. They're wrapped up after 8 races. They're done at 1 o'clock Pacific. An hour before Del Mar even starts. They're already done an hour before that. So they have only 8 horses on a Saturday. I'm sorry, only 8 races on a Saturday. But pretty good card, really. Pretty good card. I think 6 out of the 8 have 8 or more. That's kind of my benchmark, is I try to play races that have at least 8. You know. But I personally did not do a lot of Delaware today. It's not a track I normally do, but I give them credit for running a decent card today. We got Saratoga second. I think that's the next one that I was going to get involved in. Well, no, we got. I forgot. We got Gulfstream race 2. This would have been a decent race, except they scratched 3 out of it. They had 8 horses in here, which would have been really like a decent race, but we lost 3 of them, so we're down to 5. So that's a little rough. Gulfstream. This is definitely the dog days of summer for Gulfstream. They're running Saturday through Monday, which I don't mind. I think that's actually decent. I like having that Monday card. But they're struggling with field size too. Let's see. Do they even have any races? Let's see. Or did I screw this up? No, didn't screw it up. Yeah, Gulfstream doesn't have any races on a Saturday that have 8 or more horses currently. Well, I don't say currently because I'm not going to add any more. But I'm just saying, like, I honestly I don't even know. I've got a few picks here and there, or prospects for picks at Gulfstream, so we'll roll with it. But all right, let's see. What do we got next? We got Delaware, which I'll take a look at here. I don't mind looking at it at all. Yeah, I'm still thought I was pretty much set up, but I still got a few things I got to do here. Okay, we'll go through Delaware here. I'll give you my opinions on some of these horses here. At Delaware. Didn't hate the 3, but I don't think it's a play still. I do think maybe the 4 might be a play. So Swell. Let me give that a look. This Osborne's a little bit upside down, I think. My opinion. You got somebody's just getting kind of knocked the board a little bit. Somebody's getting bet here. Maybe it's an 8. Not the 8. Who is it? The 5. The 5's getting bet a lot. I think the 5 is over bet. Peak of Chic. And also the 6. The 5, that's what it is. It's kind of a combination between the 5 and 6 of this are getting bet pretty heavy here, which is kind of throwing the board out of whack, because I think the 8 Diamond Dash deserves to be right around 6-5. And he's 5-2 right now. That's what I got out of this. The 4 might be the sleeper here. So Swell with Abner O'Dorno. We got 0 minutes to post. I take a little shot on the 4. If you're gonna bet the 8, don't think you're gonna get away with 5-2 price. That's what I'd say. You're not. That 8's gonna get hammered down. by CAW or otherwise. Diamond Dash is definitely going to get beat down to close to even money, or maybe even, dare I say, 4 to 5. Don't let them fool you. Because that horse going to get bet. I can tell you that. I bet my life on that. The 8's going to get bet. There's no way you're going to get 5 to 2. All right. You got, well, let's see. Doing all this talking, and I should be looking here. Yeah, I mean, 8 is definitely the one to beat. I'm just saying, I don't think you're going to get that price. You're not going to get 5 to 2. All right. Save my work. That's my thoughts on that race. On Delaware race 2. Like I said, I'd bet the 4 a little bit. So Swell. I think that one goes way up in price, and I think the 8 drops way down. I think the 5 and 6 drift up a little bit also, only because the 8's going to get a lot of play. And we got Monmouth first coming up. I don't think I saw anything in Monmouth for a while. Like I'm pretty sure I said that. I'll have to guess. I can look. I didn't really see anything at Monmouth until the 7th. That was the first race that had 8 or more. Excuse me. I got some coffee here. I'm drinking it. But again, hats off to Razor doing the marathons yesterday. So hope you guys enjoyed that. I did. I enjoyed the little. I mean, not little. I don't know. I saw 3 hours of it at the end. But how many guests were on there yesterday? I know Ick was on there. Mikey was on there. Dylon. I feel like there was others. It was something else. It looked like fun. I did want to get on there, but I just couldn't. I was just really, really trying to get stuff done. Like I said, after a vacation, it's just come back. A lot. Okay, they are loaded up at Delaware race 2. Before it got pinched back at the break, that's rough. At least give me a shot out there, you know? Fighting shot. The 6 gone out to the lead. He did drift up in odds. The 8, remember he was 5 to 2? Well, he went off at 1 to 2. Oh my lord! I thought he'd get hit like down to even money, or maybe 4 to 5, but nowhere. What galaxy? I never thought he'd be 1 to 2. Wow. All right. I was trying to actually say he was going to go down 4 to 5 and kind of schlep it, that he wouldn't go down 8 to 5. Anyways, I didn't bet it. I bet. I bet the 4 so swell. But the 8's got the lead in deep stretch, but the 5's going to try to get him. I don't know. 8's still holding at the moment, holding sway. Here comes a 3. Infatuation. That's a kind of cool name. Infatuation. Like Rod Stewart's home. And then you got, so it comes in 8, 3, and it was close for 3rd. And they're in the gate at Monmouth. So the 8 Dine and Dash prevails at 1-2. We got Colonial, race 3. I don't know why these races aren't showing up on my run. I don't have any Colonial there. That's a problem. Okay, something happened here, Colonial. Just on my download, it skipped it. That sucks. You fix that. I want to talk about Colonial. Lord. Chitulu 8. I'm just talking to myself here. I was thinking about this second race at Gulfstream. I wanted to take a look at it. I don't know. Looks chalky. It looks like the 4 is going to crush him, honestly. Small field, 5-horse field. Yeah. That's a hard pass. Let's go over to Colonial if we have time here. Colonial race 3. I got trumpet sound. I'm kidding. Colonial race 3. And then we got Saratoga in 7 minutes. I didn't see anything at Woodbine first. Ugh. Download Colonial real quick. I don't know why that didn't come through. That should have come through for me. Okay. Looks like it's in there now. I'm gonna rerun this. Yeah, here we are. Okay. Gulfstream's off. I didn't see much there. As a matter of fact, I don't really see much at Gulfstream the whole day, unfortunately. Colonial. Ooh. I like the 1 a little bit. Champagne Brunch, I can tell you that. He's a good prize. I'm sorry I'm doing this so late in the game. I like the 4 even better. Like I got it at the 4. I think some 4 and 1 at Colonial. Okay. Oh, come on. Ooh, I just got that in. They're off at Colonial. Woodbine had a small field here. I didn't really see anything in the first one. So I'm going to skip that, and then let's go over to Saratoga race 2. I took the 1 and the 4 at Colonial. 4's on the lead at 22 to 1. Let's go. If nothing else, we got a cheap thrill on the 4. It looks good. It looks very good. He's opening up now a little bit. All the way, 4. Let's go. Now or nevermore. Wow, look at him go. I barely got that in. That bet. All right. Got that. 22 to 1, won by a lot. At least 5 lines. All right, slide on over to you want to do Gulfstream? Okay. I do have some picks of Gulfstream, Andrea. I do. So I'm gonna at least take a look at it. I did look at the first race. That was before the show even started. But I do have some picks here. The horse I was looking at in the third race was the 3 Ah God. Something like that. Number 3, Ah God. That was the one I liked overnight. I can tell you that, Andrea. I liked it because of the blinkers off angle. And then in the 4th, I'm going to go ahead and spit these out real quick. I like the 6 horse. I like the stretch out there. I thought the works were okay. I thought improved effort on the stretch out. And I will keep going through these as they come. But again, the next 2 races, in the third race, I like the 3. And then in the 4th race, I like the 6. Those are my prospects. Let's get back to Toga. 3, 4, 5. I'm just gonna, here what I'm gonna do, Andrea, is I'm gonna go ahead and I'll just play a double. If this thing will let me. I'm gonna play a double with those 2 in it. The 3, Oh God, and what the heck was it? 6. Flying Liam, okay. And I'll post that up in the chat. There we go. I got allergies, terrible. And I'll try to make this easier to read. All right. Little double there at Gulfstream. All right, Saratoga race 2. Take a look at that. Sounds good. All right, here we go. Saratoga 2. the heck? Oh, this is the second. Okay. Well, honestly, I didn't really have anything picked overnight that stood out to me in the second at Saratoga. But I'll go through it again here and see how this is bet. Some of these tracks get bet oddly, in my opinion. About 10% of the time, I've noticed that somebody knocks the betting board on its head, and then it's just like, okay, and it doesn't correct itself until right split second at post. So it's a little tough sometimes, but I'm just going through here as I'm talking. I do like the 7 a little bit. Harlow Drive, I could see that with Jamie Rodriguez and Englehart training. Also, I like the 9. I think I like the 9 better. I go 9-7 here at Toga, 9-7. At Toga. These are complete audibles I'm calling here. The game plan actually was to skip the race, but I think I could justify bets on at least a 9 for sure. The 9 is Wildest Dreams. Yeah, this guy's got a little. He showed a little speed. Now most of these are first timers in here, so he's like the fastest or the quickest of the other 2 that have run, and the other 2. Well, the 2's not really in action. Interesting. It's the interesting way this board's being bet is they are just betting the crap out of the 4. This first timer. Working great, pedigree great. Trainer is the best in the group with Linda Rice. I still think even mine's a little bit glib. Oh, we got a late scratch. We got a late scratch at race 2. 7's out. 7 is out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are we down to 6 horses here? No, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I guess we're down to 6 horses. The 5, 6, and 7 are all out. I think a little 9 though. Like I said, I was kind of stopped myself. Oh, the 5 scratched also. Oh, they're dropping like flies here. Okay. 5, 6, 7 are all out. Screw that. Oh, yeah, the 9. Now the 4 looks more like I can kind of like, what do I want to say? The 4 to 5 on the 4 seems more plausible now after the scratches. It doesn't seem as crazy. That's what I wanted to say. Because it did seem kind of crazy. With those other 2 or 3 in there, the 4 did look kind of crazy even money. But not so much now. Not that I'm playing it. I'm just saying, like, I think it's just less crazy. The 9, I think, is still got some value here. Wildest Dreams. It's got some speed. It's working okay. Pedigree is right there. I mean, it's right in the middle of the pack. If the trainer here, Englehart, good trainer. Been around for a while, long while. If you want to partake. Hey, Ick, what's happening, man? Yeah, I was kind of going through. I kind of replayed that because I didn't know that you guys were going on, and then I was trying to get some stuff done here because you know how it is when you come back from vacation, everything's like you have so much to catch up on. And I saw the show was going, and I was like, what the heck's going on here? And at first I thought it was like YouTube will send you like an old show, and then I figured out it was actually a live show. It took me like 5 minutes. And then I saw, I don't know if you were on there, but like Mikey was on there and Dylon. And then I replayed back and I saw that you were on there. And I felt like there was some other people too, but I don't remember all the people. So, anyways. Yeah, what a crazy show, huh? Yesterday. It looked like fun though. Looked like fun. Anyways, we're running at. We got Flea Mathis here. Oh, that's an old name. That's an OG. We got the 2 out on the lead. Here comes the favorite, 4 on the rail. The 8 is right there in third, all by himself. But that's gonna how it's gonna finish. 4, 2, 8. I saw that NFL season starts in 39 days, something like that, or 38 days, something like that. Honestly, NFL I don't get that excited for, anyways. College football I like much more. I mean, I watch NFL. I'm not a weirdo, but I'm just saying, like, I don't get that pumped for it like I used to. Let's see here. What do we got next? We got Gulfstream coming up in 10 minutes, then Monmouth in 11 minutes, and the Colonial there. What's going on here? Let's see. Saturday. But there's a big show. I think there's a big show for UFC today on the network. I didn't even look at UFC. I don't really handicap UFC, but I do watch most of the fights, and I do bet sometimes. But I bet like right the last second, based upon the body language and like how they look, which is kind of an odd way to do it. But let's see, UFC. I think there's a lot to be said for body language when they come out to the fights. You can tell a lot. I've been to like maybe 3 or 4 UFC events, and those are like my best betting. Okay, so oh shit, we're in the middle of this. Where the fuck is this fight at? Oh, Serbia? Belgrade? Holy crap. Okay. Yeah, that's why it's so early. That's in Eastern Europe. The old Yugoslavia. Cool. We got everybody's name ends in an IC here, or most of them. There's still a lot of fights left. It's kind of confusing on there. On ESPN's website, it's a little bit confusing on which order they're coming in. Anyways, looks like a whole bunch of different matchups here. Blahovic, I see. And Navajo Sterling. Those are the two I know more than anybody other. Alexander Rakic and Tybura, I know those guys. And then Dusko, I do know. I know that name. I don't know this other guy. Vlasto Seppo, that doesn't ring a bell. Yeah, I don't. Oh, these are all done anyways. Okay. That's why. Like, damn it. Maybe there isn't a lot of fights left. I'm terrible at reading this, obviously. So it looks like there's 4 more fights? 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe 5 more? 4 or 5 fights. But it's the main card stuff. All right, let's take a look at Gulfstream Race 3. Got Don Johnson. All right, so Gulfstream race number 3. Take a look at that. Like I said, I like the 3. I think that's a bet at that price. Oh God. Sammy Camacho, currently 3-1, projected to be 3-1. It looks like a 3-1 shot. I mean, it's not the greatest bet, but it is a bet. I think he's worth a bet. The 4 Rodham clearly deserves to be the favorite, but I think you're going to end up with a price around 1 to 2, excuse me, which I think beats the value out of it. It's a 5-horse field. I've put up a double already on it with the 3 horse. If you check the chat, you'll see it. It's the 3 to the 6 and the 4th race, which is Flying Liam. Those were my 2 that I played in a double. And that's all I really have to say about that race at Gulfstream. Monmouth, let's go over to Monmouth race 2. This is a 7-horse field. The 4-horse got interesting, You Dirty Dog, which is kind of interesting because that's the dog grooming service that my dog goes to. You Dirty Dog. It doesn't mean much, but I'm just saying that's kind of weird. You Dirty Dog. Let's check it out. FYI, if you guys are interested in purchasing Razor's baseball picks, they are now available. There are 3 picks today, and I can't obviously give them out, but I can tell you that the first game goes off at 7:10 p.m. Eastern, 4:10 Pacific. So if you're interested in getting those baseball picks, there are 3 of them, and again, they start at 7:10 p.m. You go over to Dub Club, purchase those. They are a bargain. I'll say that. All right, so we have. I know speak good. Okay, so we got bet on the 3, which I need to type in real quick. Oh God, at Gulfstream here. That was a bet. So all right. So I mentioned that I was going to take a look at Monmouth. So we got Monmouth race number 2. I mean, the 2, I think actually there is a little bit of value. Mystical Merlin at 5-2. He's your deserved favorite, honestly. He has the best chance of winning. I think that's a bet. The 5 horse. 5 horse looks like an underlay, actually. I think I go with the 2 and the 1 here. Those are the 2 favorites. If you had to bet, I would go with the 2 and the 1. Personally, it's a pass for me, the race. I'm going to go to the next one here. What's next after Monmouth? So we got Colonial race 4. This was probably the smallest field on the card today. 1-5 at Colonial seems sus. Especially on the turf. I'm going to do this one here, and then I'm going to take a little break. I'm out of water. I can't get through these races without water. All right, so we got again, we're talking about Colonial. This race is, I'm going to say there's a little bit of value here on the 2. Big W's Girl, or GW's Girl. Yeah, I'll rock with the 2. I like the 4 a little bit. She's a Tempest. I can badmouth the 1 a little bit at that price. 1-5 is ridiculous. I'll just say that. I'm not saying the horse doesn't have the best chance to win, but 1-5 that's no way, no. No way, man, as Bart Simpson would say. And then the 7 I thought was completely overbet also, Saturday Flirt. So let's go 2-4. Let's go 2-4 here. Small bets, very small. Take a little stance against the chalk, which is a good way to go at Colonial, especially on the turf. Dirt races, they can be chalky, don't get me wrong. So the 2, GW's Girl, and the 4, She's a Tempest. All right, they're loading in at Monmouth. I am not going to call that. They're loading in at Gulfstream. I'm not going to call that one either. I'm trying to find a race that I really like. Let's see. Let's take a look at Woodbine. Woodbine race 2. I had the 2 marked overnight. I thought he had speed in here to run away with this race. Frack is the judge. He's 7-2 right now, which seems a little bit short. Where are you? I'll try to get away and get some water. Let's see, 2 horse. But I do want to look at this Woodbine race. Woodbine race 2. Yeah, I'm going to pass on the 2. Frack is the judge. I kind of think it might be a little bit too short. I'm not hot. I got to be really loving the horse at that short a price to take him, 7-2. And I have to be honest with myself. I am not that crazy about him. Kind of looking at some of these other horses in here. It looks like the 6 deserves to be that kind of price. I think if you wanted to make a bet here, I wouldn't talk you off the 6. You be the judge. And how many times have you seen like horses with like the common name in it that come in an exacta? That's my buddy's angle. I make fun of him for it, honestly, but I kind of see his point. You know, judge and judge, exacta. You know, if you follow his insanity, you go 6-2. I think the 6 is actually a worthy bet here. Small bet on you be the judge at 6, which is a complete audible on the race. But again, I think that's about it. Then the next race after that. Well, hold on, we got Delaware here. Delaware 3rd. I missed that. Let's see, Delaware 3rd. I skipped over that somehow. Delaware 3rd. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna skip it. I need to go get some water. I'll come right back. I'll be back in 5 or 10 minutes. I'll get some water, get a little break. I'll be back before. I'm gonna try to get back like before the 3rd at Saratoga. We can take a look at that. All right. All right, we got 4 minutes to Toga, third race. Probably, I didn't get back to see how I did on my bets. Doesn't look like I cashed anything. Nah. Didn't look like I hit anything while it's gone. And Toga. Toga race 3. Oh, this is a small field anyways. Won't take long. 5-horse field at Saratoga race 3. We got my overnight ones I marked were the 2 and the 6. Tuscan Sky and 6. Reasoned Analysis. Those were the 2 that I had marked. Let's see. Saratoga. I think the 2's a little underpriced for what I would do with them. And also the 6. I think both those are over bet. Honestly, I wouldn't take them at those prices. The other horse that I would take here maybe is a 3, Dreamlike, with Linda Rice. That might be a play. Let's see. Dreamlike. Doesn't have a lot of early speed, which concerns me. Definitely has a pedigree. And the works have been good. Coming off a short layoff of 1 week. I guess looks like ran last Saturday. Yeah, but it's a 5-horse field. Like I said, if you had to play the race, I think I might take the 3. And I think I will. I'll make a little tiny bet, little kind of token bet on the 3-horse here. Dreamlike. Ricardo Santana. It's entirely possible in this small field that the race might be over before the 3 really gets rolling. That could definitely happen here. That's why I'm sort of tiptoeing in on this one. So, all right. Then we got a little break until Gulfstream 4th, as far as I can tell. We got Wally. Hey, Wally. Good afternoon, Wally. From Texas. My friend Wally. Texas. Maybe Wally will share his NASCAR picks also with us. If he's got any, I don't know. I don't even follow NASCAR like. As a matter of fact, there's hardly any places to bet NASCAR. I've been looking. Pinnacle doesn't even offer NASCAR. I don't think. At least I don't. I haven't found it on Pinnacle. I use Pinnacle for most of my sports. Let's see. And they got every goddamn sport in here. They got chess. Oh, here's motorsport. Motorsport. That's the Moto G Grand Prix World Championship, whatever that is. They got betting on that. And that's it. That's the only motorsports they even offer on Pinnacle. All right, we are off at Toga, race 3. 6 and 7, it got out to the lead. And then about a 5-length gap back to the 1 and the 2. Oh, no NASCAR. Okay, that explains it. All right. I think it's been super hot all over the country. It's hotter than shit here. I'll tell you that. It's like 110 the next 5 days. 110 Fahrenheit. The 6 and 7. The 6 is got a little short lead over the 7, about a neck. And now the 7's fighting back. Here comes the 2 closing in. All the closers are moving in here, including our small bet on the 3, Dreamlike. He's bumping on him pretty good. Who is that riding on the 3? That's Ricardo Santana. Get it, Ricky. And the 3 is in third. The 2 is taking over the lead, Tuscan Bay. And the 3 is going to try to pick them all up on the outside. He is gaining, but not gaining very fast. This is going to be a close finish, I think, between the 2, 6, 3. But he kind of hung there. 3 looked like he had a shot at winning and did not really follow through with the stretch. So the 2, yeah, no NASCAR, okay. And then the 2 and the 6 were my original looks. I thought they were both over bet though. I passed the race. They ran 1-2. Yeah, that happens. That happens a lot where, like, okay, you're looking at the race, you think, okay, this horse looks okay. I think I'm going to get the price I need to get on him. And then you get to post time and it's like, no, it's just completely over bet. Oh, the 3, while I was gone there getting some water, his odds dropped, I think, on Dreamlike. All right, let's get on over. Let's get on over to Gulfstream race 4. Another small field, 3, 4, 5. Got 6 horse field going in Gulfstream race 4. I kind of tipped my hand. I had the 6 in the second half of the double. I didn't see the third race, but I did not hit. Yeah, I did not hit. The chalk came in. Rod hand. Paid $280 on top. Jet 2 to 5. I had the 3. 3 did not hit the board. All right. So we got the 6 horse here that I prefer, Flying Leon. That was my overnight sort of pick. Let's see. Look at my notes. I mean, right. Currently, the horse is 5 to 1. That is definitely a play. I priced them around a little less than 4-1. So. Flying Liam. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it's. As a matter of fact, I'll say anything at Gulfstream today, I can't imagine that I'm going to really like go crazy over. But I still think the 6, I think, is a bet here. It is a bet. Is it one that I'm crazy about? No, not really. But I have to, it falls within the parameters of the odds that I need to have. Flying Liam. So that's a bet. That is a bet on Flying Liam. Let's see if we got the scratches in for all these tracks now. I'll rerun everything. No, not yet. Okay. Then after Gulfstream, looks like we got Woodbine, and then I gotta take a look. Beyond that, Wally, did you see the marathon yesterday? I didn't catch much of it because I didn't know. As I started like looking at the races like around noon my time, which is like 3 o'clock Eastern, and I just figured they were done by then. And then YouTube took me to it, and like I said, the first 5 minutes I thought I was watching like a replay of something else, like another day. And then I was like, man, this is live. I figured it out. I was like half watching, and so the comments come in live, and I was like, what's going on here? And then I watched like the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours, something like that. It looked like fun though. I think they had a good time. It was Mikey and Dylon and Ick was on there. Okay, so we are next up after Gulfstream. We got Monmouth. Monmouth race number 3. Got a 7-horse field there. Take a look at it. My internet's been a little wacky. Coming back. We'll see. It's going okay for the stream. It does seem to be okay. Okay. I'll just 3 though. Charlize Chubb at Monmouth Race 3. Charlize Chubb. Yes, sir. It's got a little speed. Working good. Tell me you don't like him. Just tell me you don't like him. Three. Never heard of the jockey. N. Herman. That's Pee Wee's daughter. Is that Pee Wee? Pee Wee Herman's son? N. Herman. Okay. The jokes. Oh, here comes the joke. Okay. Yeah, so let's go with the 3 here on Noelle Herman. Let's start Pee Wee's daughter. Looking at Pee Wee's Playhouse. You guys remember that? That was actually after my time. We'll take it though. We're going to take the 3. Charlize Chubb. That I'm not joking about. The bet I'm not joking about. Let's see here. I mean, the 7's legit. He's legit chalk. If you're into that kind of chalkiness, the 7, B and D. But my internet over here on my other laptop is dog shit. Come on, come back to me. Come on back. So ride with the 3, Charlize Chubb, blah, blah, blah. I think that horse is live here. Let's go on over to Colonial race 5. We'll check it out. Colonial race 5. Bravaro is your favorite. I don't know. I mean, he's 8-5. I feel like he's going to even get bet down closer to even money or maybe below. Watch out for that. I give the 6 a little look. Pont Aven. I give him a shot in here. Maybe a small bet on him. A teeny tiny bet on the 6. Pont Aven. Just to cover him. Bravaro should crush him, but I'm not into taking chalks. Especially at Colonial. Oh, this is a dirt race. Going a mile at Colonial. It should be loaded up at Gulfstream. They are loading at Gulfstream. Whew, we're moving along, man. A lot of racing today. Lots of racing. Coming fast and furious today, man. Fast and furious. John Egan with the parlay. There it is. Today and over and Nationals. Let me read this. Baseball parlay as an over and Nationals and over. Okay, so is that 2-teamer? You got over, you got Nationals and the over? That's it? Okay, great. I read that. Then we got Wally's play here, O'Connell. John Egan spitting out the trainer facts, okay. Oh, okay, 2 and the 4. Okay. Do you ever consider, John? I'll ask you a question, John Egan. Do you ever consider there's so much shipping going involved in racing? Do you look at like the combo of the trainer and then where the horse originated from? So I'll give you an example. So like you get horses shipping into Gulfstream in the winter from like Woodbine, and you got certain trainers that do well with that. For instance, let's get Marty something or other. Marty, I forget his name. Drexler. Marty Drexler ships in from Woodbine into Gulfstream. Did you look at that kind of combo? And then I sort of like just disregard the jockey on there because a lot of people look at trainer jockey combos. I would rather look at like the trainer and then the track that he last ran in. I think there's something to that. I haven't really done my due diligence on that, but I feel like I know some other people that I've talked to in like NHC contests. They swear by it. Like Sally Goodall. I don't know if you're familiar with her. She's a contest player. And she was talking to me, this is a long time ago actually. Maybe 10 years ago, she was talking to me about it. We were at a tournament in South Dakota. What the fuck town was that? It was South Dakota. Oh, God, where was that? Anyways, and she was talking to me about that. And I was like, oh, okay. I never even considered that. Maybe something to think about. Maybe something to track. All right, we are loading at Colonial. We got Delaware. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I did. That's not only hit really, Bruce. It's a good one though. And that was a race I sort of like. I completely audibleized, meaning I think I had a few mark. No, you know what? I didn't even bother with Colonial today on the overnight. I just usually just kind of go in with an open mind in each race completely, without really a game plan. That track. I've said this before, is sort of chaotic, like the way Turfway is. And so I just go into it considering each horse, you know. Whereas I believe my numbers, I can like throw out 3/4 of the field most of these races, and then just really focus on the ones that, you know, meet the criteria of what's been winning at that particular track over the last 6 or 7 years. But Colonial is a little different animal. It takes a little more work, clearly. All right, so we got Delaware race 4. I didn't do too much Delaware. Let's I don't mind looking at it. I'm going through Delaware. Let's see here. I mean, 4 is your obvious favorite here. Likeliest winner too. I don't really care for the 7th too much. Charmed Hour, not my cup of tea. I don't see anything in here too much that at a price at least. Yeah, there's nothing here I would necessarily play. 8's going to get the job done at Colonial 8-3. My bet was on the 6th. I made a little tiny bet on the 6th. Pont Even. I did make a bet at Monmouth on the 3. I didn't watch it. Who won that? I came in 4, 5, 6 at Monmouth race 3. My horse didn't do nothing. At least at the finish. I'm watching the replay right now. Yeah. I guess he was sitting like 3rd for a while. 3rd or 4th. Going in the first turn. Anyways, I don't really have time to go through that. Delaware 4th. I didn't really see anything I liked. Woodbine race 3. My note on this was I thought it was a chalky race. See if I can find something here. 4. Not the 4. I think if I had to take a picture, I would take the 5. Charmingly evasive here. Oh man, I got hiccups now. The Woodbine race 3, I would take the 5. Charmingly evasive. I'll take a small bet. Emma Wilson there on the 5. Mark Cassie. Cassie trains 2 in here. 2 trains the 4 and the 5. I like the 5 here a little bit. Charmingly evasive. John says, at Colonial in the million, I'm playing a shipper, the 8. Okay. I haven't even talked about that race. I talked a little bit like through the Saratoga graded events, a little bit, but What race is the million? I gotta find it here. That must be the Grand O something or other horse. Hold on. Grand Oriente? Is that the horse you're talking about, John? Grand Oriente, the 8. We're talking about the right race. It's got top trainer and top jockey on them. Got Safi Joseph and Lopez. Lopez has got a high percentage. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I would talk you off him. I'm not sure that's where I would end up. Yeah, I got to take a look. I haven't looked at that race in detail. I don't know. I don't know yet. The Woodbine came in 4-3. Our 5 was right there. He just kind of hung. Looks like he was going to make a run to try to win that race, and then just never really made up any ground like in the last 16th. All right, so let's go to Saratoga race 4. Let's take a look at that. Saratoga. This, I think, well, hold on. Like I said, the start of the show, the first 4 out of 5 were maiden special weights at Saratoga. So we got the next 2 are also maiden specials. But I like to see new young horses. Critical to the game. You get more new babies out there running, having fun, racing. The horses I had marked from overnight were the 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, 8 at Saratoga race 4. I don't like the 4 Price, so I'm going to throw him out. The 5 I think is playable at that price. Apotheon, I believe. I can't say the name of these horses. I'll take a little bit of the 4. I'm sorry, a little bit of the 5. I don't want any of the 4. Take a little bit of the 5. The 7 was the other one I kind of marked overnight. The other one's kind of on the borderline. I think a little bit of that guy. Pinpoint. These are all very small bets. And then the 8. Roll Wave. That horse completely overbet, in my opinion. I'm gonna skip him. He had a lot of upside. I mean, a lot of positive factors, mostly revolving around works. He's working very well, but he's no secret, man. This horse really, uh, the word got around on this guy, roll wave, and you can see it reflected on the odds board at 5-2 for this first timer. I thought the horse should have been around 6-1. In my humble opinion, let's see here. We can take a look at maybe some other options to go here, because all the bets I made were sort of kind of half-assed, honestly. Small bets. I think kind of looking at it in its totality, I would say the 7. If I was going to bet a little more on this race, I would go with the 7. With Pletcher. Leave out Pletcher. Leave on a stretcher. Okay. That's an old thing. Let's see. That's like 2004. Where is Pletcher? Pinpoint. Oh, wrong race. Okay, get on over to Pinpoint. Okay, there we go. It seems to me, I'm looking at the stats right now. Pletcher hasn't been that hot lately. Well, you know what? He hasn't been bad, actually. I don't know. Last 14 days, 21 starters, 4 winners, 19%. Last 90 days, 16%, 113 starters. That's not bad. It's kind of normal. He hasn't been on fire or nothing. But, I got a bad now. Just a little bit of my perception. That's all. All right, they're loading in at Toga in this 7-horse field. All right, they're loaded in. Well, they're somewhat loaded in. I can't tell. There's a jockey that's standing on the gate and needs to get on the horse. We can start this race. And they are off in the 4th at Saratoga. The 6 has got out to the lead at Cyber Steel, second favorite. The 1 Subjugation ended up being the 2-1 favorite. He's running in fourth. You got the 7 now taking the lead, which I kind of liked. I mean, mildly. And then the 5's right there. That's the other one I kind of like too. That's prices. But like I said, I wasn't crazy about anything in here. Got the 7 still in the lead. 5 in second. You got the 6 and 8 right there in third and fourth. We got the 7 still on the lead. Still got the lead. He looks like your winner here, actually. He's up by about 3 or 4 lengths. Pinpoint. He's probably. I don't want to say too much because I wasn't hot on the 7, but I did bet him. Small bets. So I don't really want to take credit for it fully. If you guys cash, hopefully you may have put what I said and maybe got a decent ticket out of this. Yeah, I don't really. Yeah, if you guys boom, I'm gonna 100% support you. I am not gonna boom because I kind of mixed words. Like I said at the end, I thought he ended up being the best bet of all of them, but it's sort of like the world's tallest dwarf, you know. So I don't want to get too crazy about it. I did have I had a few bucks on him. I had more bucks on him than any of the other ones. But like I said, I had bet it strongly. Winner. Wow, look at the start of that. The 4 went all the way across, stumbled out of the gate. One easy though. I think that's Rapoli's silks too. So, ooh, Dawn, nice hit. Oh, I didn't realize that. Yes, that is gonna be all right, man. That is gonna be all right. Way to go, bro. I'm not gonna mix words. You can tell my voice sometimes if I really like the horse or don't. Like I said, I was a little half-assed about on the 7. I had a few bucks on it. Don't mind it. Keep it going. Keep the bankroll rolling. Yeah. I didn't get into the exactas or anything there. I said straight win money. So, but Dawn crushed it. Way to go, Dawn. Are you going there tomorrow? Man, I am so jealous, bro. I'm very jealous of that. I mean, I was at Delaware last weekend, but I've never been. I have never been, so yeah. Good for you, man. Good for you. I wore my win or lose, we booze shirt. One of the old Razor Sharp Network ones when I was at Delaware. People loved it. The guys running the tournament really loved it. JW. Yeah. I thought I somewhat invented that saying back in high school, but turns out that everyone's familiar with it. All right. Okay. Rapoli. You know, Rapoli has some good ideas. Some I don't really love, but I think moving the Breeders' Cup back to not compete with college football, like especially like the Army Navy weekend, which is like I think the first. It's like the week. It's a Saturday after Thanksgiving. I think it would be perfect. You're not competing against. You get a lot more coverage on the main networks. Maybe grow the sport, get maybe some new fans. You know, I like that idea a lot. Now you'd have to run the Breeders' Cup in like warm places, you know, like Del Mar, Santa Anita, Gulfstream, something like that. Maybe I don't think Fairgrounds is big enough to host it, but you could run it there, I suppose, from a weather standpoint. But all right, we got Gulfstream fifth coming. I will preface that I've already after the scratches, after the 2 and 3 scratched here, that I didn't really, I wasn't loving Gulfstream this race. But I'll go through real quick, see if I can pick something out. I can tell you one thing: I don't like the 4 at that price. I don't like Imperial Blue, Blue. I don't like it. I don't like that price, and I don't like the 5. I don't like the 4 or the 5. So you say, Gas, which one do you like? Right? I don't know. Let's see here. I'd say the 1. Pocket Pair. I think Pocket Pair's got as good a shot as any of these, especially the 5. I don't like the 5s. I'm not going to bad mouth too much, but he doesn't deserve to be 9-5 for sure. The 4 probably deserves to be the favorite, but he's overbet. I think, or he's about to be overbet. Yeah, that's weird because I don't like either one of the 2 favorites. But the horse I like is the 1, and I'm not super duper crazy about him, but I like him a little bit worth a bet. Pocket Pair. That's my look or my opinion on that race. Let's go on over to Monmouth. But my rules are I don't really. You won't hear me badmouth a long shot very often. I don't think I've ever talked to anybody off a long shot. But I'll be the first one to talk you off a favorite. I have no qualms about that. If I see somebody I care about that's betting on the chalk and I don't think the horse is full of shit, I'll be the first one to talk shit about that horse. All right, so let's go over to Monmouth. Monmouth. I don't hate the 8 or the 2. I'm sorry, Glint. I could see playing that one. I think there's a little bit of value there. The 4, I'm on the fence, but ultimately no go there. The 7 is one of those kind of ones just like the 2. Actually, all these. The 2, 4, and 7, I could kind of see betting on. Is this race gone? Oh no, we got a scratch. Oh, just what we need. We had 7 horses, now we're down to 6. Christ. All right. This race is getting less appetizing by the second. I don't know. The seven's not that bad of a bet. That's hard to say. Oh man, you know what? This race is. I'm just gonna skip it. I don't really see anything I love. I can definitely make a case for the 2, probably more than any other here, Glint. But that's about it. Seven, you can make a case for, I suppose. If I had to take 2, I'd take the 2 and 7 here. The 4, I think I got priced out. If it's taking me this long to look at this race, this little race, Torch Field, probably not worth it. I'm gonna go 2-7-4. 2-7-4 is my final answer. Two, 7-4. No, I don't. I do generally throw out horses that from turf to dirt, I do. Dirt to turf, I think has a positive ROI. Just run the numbers on it. But it's not. It's. I wouldn't say throw out, but I would give them negative points for. It's too strong to throw them out if they go turf to dirt. But I would tend not to play them. I think it's a negative. But is it like a negative that's a deal breaker? No, not that far. It's kind of a misdemeanor, not a felony, if you follow me. I think when you go from long races to short races, I think you're teaching the horse that it's okay to kind of dawdle in the first half of the race. And then when they go back to sprints, they're not really with it. They get the exacta there, Wally. Nice. 7-1. I was watching the race here on TVG. Shit. I was gonna bet that exacta at Monmouth. Oh yeah, I could probably grab it in here. 2-4-7. 2-4-7 was what I was gonna play at Monmouth. Let's see, box. 2-4-7. My dog gave a big sigh when I said that. He didn't like it. He didn't like my Monmouth pick. I'm kind of 6 or half dozen on myself, honestly. I think there's a little bit of value there, though. Anyways, we're back over at Colonial. Let's get on back over to Colonial. This is a race that would have been a good race if they didn't scratch everybody. So we're down to 7 there. With Monmouth. We're Delaware now. Delaware. I think there was some races there I said earlier I kind of wanted to look at. I don't think I have any sort of negative notions for coming on or off Tavita. I don't think I do. I do remember one thing though. If John, I believe John was the one who was asking about that. I saw on, I think it was Ed DeRosa pointed out some horses coming off Turfway that were running quite well at big prices. I think at Keeneland and Churchill. I did notice that. But I think he was just looking at this year only. And I don't think that's enough. I think you got to have 2 or 3 seasons at least to look at something like that. You need more of a sample size, larger sample, to prove or disprove that. All right, they're running at Colonial. Didn't really look at this. Is all jacked up too. Give me some video. There, we're back. All right, looks like it was a good pass at Colonial because the 2 to 5 is just killing them. There's no way in the world I would ever take 2 to 5 at Colonial. So that's a good pass for me if I was thinking about betting it, which I'm not sure it was or wasn't. So let's go over to Delaware, 5th. You want to take a look at Delaware. I could kind of see the 3 here, Royal Renegade, as a bet. Not the biggest long shot in the world, but definitely see that. The 6 looks like a fairly legit favorite, though. Freedom Glider. Joseph Rocco Jr. aboard. I don't know, beyond that, I like the 3. The 6 is legit. Favorite. They're out behind the gate at Woodbine. Or no, I mean at Delaware. Okay. This is kind of a tricky race, this Delaware race, I'll be honest with you. Pretty competitive. Like I said earlier, Delaware, if they've got good weather, they got good racing. They get a lot of rain. A lot of freaking rain. A lot of freaking rain. All right, they are off at Delaware. Let's see, Woodbine. I do want to take a look at that. I had the 7 marked overnight. Blinkers off. Strong works. It kind of caught my eye. What they're trying to do with this horse. Lord Yorkton. Yeah, I'm down. You can count me in on Lord Yorkton. I'll take him at Woodbine. I think it might be my first bet at Woodbine this whole week. I wish I could tell you who's winning here at Woodbine. Or not Woodbine, Delaware. Looks like the 6 is going to win. Now that I can see the numbers. That's your 45 favorite, Freedom Glider. 7 got second at a big price, 17-1. The 3 was the one I kind of like, Royal Renegade. I think he ran 3rd. I think. All right, they are loading up at Woodbine. Ford might be scratching. The jockey jumped off the 4. I don't know what they're doing at Woodbine. I think maybe they're all jumping off. Okay. They got me sufficiently confused. Oh, 2 scratched. Okay. 2 scratched at Woodbine, race 4. Hypnotism. Well, let's go over to Saratoga. It could be a minute before they run this race at Woodbine. This looks like a decent betting race at Saratoga, the fifth. I think it's the last of the 4 maiden specials that they were going to run here today. Early. Might be some later, I'm not sure. There's a lot of horses acting up at Woodbine now. Okay. Saratoga 5th. I could definitely get behind the 4, 100%. Fair practice. That might be. I don't say it's a strong. It's a super duper strong bet, but it's actual strong bet. I got the first one of the day where I felt like, okay, this is gonna be. I really like 100% behind it. I'm not saying I'm loading up. I'm just saying it's gonna be a normal, like decent sized bet. Normal bet. Let's call it. On this 4, I like him. Fair practice. Mr. Pratt. All right, so we got after that. It's one that I had marked overnight, but at least the one I can think of. I think this might be the strongest bet of the day so far. That's not saying a lot because I haven't really. I've had some winners. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't feel super duper strong before the race. The 7, I can a little bit. I can gonna make a half wager on him. Refresh that. And don't ask me to pronounce that name on the 7. But it's a half bet for me on the 7. Eight horse looked okay. If you're playing exactas, I probably include him. Otherwise, you can pass on him. I don't think he. I think he's like in that kind of range. I think he'll probably be in the try. Like 75% chance of being the try. But he's short. He's a short price out there. He's 2-1. I mean, he may drift at 5-2, which make him a hell of a lot more appealing. All right, so they're showing post time there. They're loading up at Woodbine, but I'm on a delay there. Let's see, Woodbine. Let's go over there real quick. They're still loading at Woodbine. The 2 scratch, which I mentioned before, is out. Saratoga 5th. Did kind of a half bet on the 7, and then a full bet on the 4. Fair practice. Yeah. Practice. Chad Brown. Chad Brown. They're off and running at Woodbine. They're having a little trouble loading at Saratoga. It's going to be a minute, I think. One doesn't want any part of this bullshit. He's like, this is where I go in and you guys whip me. I remember this. All right, well, we're running at Woodbine. Got a 3 there. 7 made a move, and then now kind of lost his nerve. Maybe he just got tired. I'm not sure. Sure, it looked like the 7 was running there, and he kind of like got scared or something. He's like propped up and stopped running, basically. I did like the 7 there, Lord Yorkton. He faded out. All right, we are loaded up at Saratoga, race 5. Save my work and move on. We got Woodbine, not Woodbine. We got Gulfstream coming up next. 7th race. Not gonna really call the races. I don't have time. Just too many. Too much going here. We got Don Toga. He liked a 9-horse win in place, and then a 289 exacta and trifecta box at Toga. They are running here. Eight looks like he's gonna kill him. Or is killing him. Yeah, it's one I said you have to include in your exactas, but I didn't play him. I thought he was underpriced. Yeah, sometimes the underpriced horses do win. I'm gonna say they don't. I just think long term, I'm not sure about the EV there. 2 got second, right? I believe it was 8-2. 8-2. 8-2 at Toga. Let's see, who else got up for a third? Yeah. Colonial race 7? Yeah, I'll take a look at it. I was going to. I definitely have it on the docket. I think that I'm just gonna get by Gulfstream race 6 though, real quick. Whose note is that? I agree. I think Sinister Rook. I do want to. I need to spend more time on this Colonial Park. I think it deserves it. I kind of agree with your gist. Okay. I don't think I'm doing Colonial justice today. Um, I don't like the favorite at Gulfstream. This 4, Chloe's Toy. It's right off the bat. I don't like the 1 or the 3 much. The 2 I could kind of see, but kind of mid. The 5 is definitely a bet though. The 5, Blonde Jack, I would definitely take that one, Blonde Jack. Hertac Trains. And maybe the 7. So if I was going to take a bet here, I'd go 5-7. 5-7-2. But I would key the 5. I think 5's where you might catch a little lightning in a bottle. Blonde Jack. Yeah. He's kind of a closer though, which isn't really the best thing to be, but I think he's got a shot in here. Blonde Jack. All right, let's get on over to Colonial. Okay. Colonial race 7 coming up in 5 minutes. Get through these. Colonial's a little bit weird because they don't have their own circuit. They don't run it. They only have the one track. They don't you just get horses from Laurel and Parks and every other which way. So I think it adds to the kind of confusion there. Okay, so Zero Blitz. I could see that horse 24-1. It's kind of playable. Also, like a little teeny tiny bet, I would say on the 1. The 3 horse, kind of the same thing, but I do like him probably a hair better. So right now I got 3-1. 4 was, I think, the horse to play against here. Back him up. The 5 is too short, in my opinion, to play. And the 9, I didn't like at all. Well, that 9 isn't a play, but I don't know. He just, to me, I think we have that time where he's going to come down to any one of these in odds and won't be playable. The 10 is probably your deserved favorite, somewhere around even money, something like that. This is a dirt race, $100,000 stakes. I don't have a strong opinion on anybody here. I would say 3-1, 3-1, but real small bets on the 3 and the 1. The dirt there isn't as volatile. You don't get as many big prices like you do on the turf at Colonial. So officially, I think it's going to be a pass. I might, like I said, sprinkle a few bucks which I'm going to do on the 1 and 3. That's about it. All right, so that's my Colonial cap there. Let's go move on to Monmouth. Monmouth 5th. All right, Monmouth, where are you? Monmouth 5th, it says 1 minute, but I think we got a little longer than that. Keep rolling through these. Let's see here. Races. The 3 looks like a fairly legit favorite. Mopo or Mapo. 4, right? He's 3 to 5, or I'm sorry, 3.5 to 1. Lay raise. I don't. I mean, I had that horse capped at 10 to 1, so I don't know. I don't see the optimism there. The 5 horse, Sweet Brown Sugar. I think that's probably a play. I'm not that excited about it. It's kind of a shorter price, but I could see it because I had a handicap just about that, about 5 to 2, 2.5 to 1. 6 horse, no, I didn't care for it. And 9, no way. So I would take the 3, 5. But then again, those are the 2 favorites. So I don't really see a play here at Monmouth. 3 and 5. If you had to bet it, which I don't, that's the way I'd go. But I'm going to pass. Officially a pass at Monmouth. Race 5. Gulfstream. Gulfstream, we did have a bet. They are loading in. Our bet was the 5 horse there at 8 to 1. 5 horse at 8 to 1 at Gulfstream as they load race 6. That was Blonde Jack. And after Monmouth, we got Delaware race 6. Give it a few seconds here. Caught up with some other paperwork. I'll get back to Delaware. Colonial's loading. Well, Gulfstream's loaded. Get my results on that one because I actually had a play there on the 5 Blonde Jack. And they're off at Gulfstream race 6. Seven got out pretty well any moment. The 4, the 6 to 5 favorites on the lead. The 5 Blonde Jack's running 4th. Let's see, he's got some ground to make up now. He's got about 7 lengths to pick up on the 4. 4-7-2-5 as they go into the turn. 5's trying at least. Jockey's trying. The 4 still on the lead. This is kind of a boat race. No one's passing anybody here. 4, 7, 2. The 2's trying to get up in the second. The 5 is also trying to get up for second. It's got some work to do. 5's actually got a little bit of kick, but not enough to get to the 4, but enough to get to the second. So it's 4, 5, 2 final at Gulfstream. 5 didn't embarrass himself up there. It did get second, but no match for the 4 to 5 favorite there. Colonial is loading their 7th race. I took a little, the smallest of all small bets on the 1 and the 3 here at Colonial, race 7. And literally like bar slot type bets. Excuse me. Delaware 6th after that. All right, we continue to load at Colonial, race 7. I can go through Delaware here while we're doing that. We got 3 minutes at Delaware. Delaware, race 6. Two horse doesn't look awful. Magic Bay. Kind of see that a little bit. 3 horse Lino's Fire. The other one. I think he's better than his odds there. I want to consider the 4 horse Sugar on Fire. I didn't care for too much. The 1 horse that I really liked, though, was the 5, Freely Held. I get behind that guy. Freely Held at Delaware, race 6. He's at 10 to 1 right now, but there's no way. There's just no way that he goes off at that. He's probably going to get cut down under 3 to 1, in my opinion. Colonial is going to come in 10-9. It's a pretty formful finish. Although the 9 had little odds, but the 10 was a big favorite to win there. Anyway, Delaware, I did like the 5. We're not going to get 10 to 1, I can tell you that. But you might get a decent price otherwise. I still think I would take like 3 or 4 to 1 on them, which I think is actually much more likely. So let's take a look at the rest of the field here. I don't hate the 7. The 6 is your favorite. I mean, I certainly wouldn't bet the 6, but I don't think he looks awful. I could I kind of like the 2 a little better now that I'm looking at it a little bit. But now I like the 5, so I'll go 5-2 here. 5-2 at Delaware. 5-2 at Delaware race 6. There's all my bets are price dependent, so again, we're just trying to make bets that have a better chance to win than their odds. I try to price these horses out overnight. I believe there is. I've been told that Gilly will make his triumphant return tomorrow. I am told. Done. Good. I will be getting drunk tomorrow. That's what I'll be doing. My favorite trainer angle. Ooh. Blinkers off. Blinkers off, John. Sorry, you put that message in a while ago. Didn't notice it until just now. If it's the name of the trainer, I don't really use the names. I don't have like one trainer that I like that. But the other one I do love is the 5 furlong gate work, like a bullet one. The bullet 5 furlong gate work is my other one. That and like I said, blinkers off. I like horses that have shown speed on the dirt and they're going on the turf. Especially if they've got a little bit of pedigree for it. Speed is a lot more dangerous on the turf than a lot of people give credit for. Everybody likes that closing turf horse, but those tend to be overbet for the most part. Wally, I'm going to. Let's see. I was gonna get through Saratoga. Everything was based upon Saratoga, so I'll go through the 7th at Saratoga. So this is the 6th coming up. So I guess maybe 40 minutes, something like that. So I wanted to look at the 7th. That's what I had. So yeah, so 7th at Saratoga. So. Saratoga, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have a play there. I imagine. Okay, so we got Delaware in the gate. Let's we'll call that one. Then we got Woodbine 5th, which I don't think I have too much anyways. So let's go Toga. People have spoken. We want Toga. No problem. We can do Toga. Okay, Saratoga, race number 6. This is a 6-horse field. I would take. I definitely like the 1 for sure. How's Al today? The 3. I don't hate. I mean, I like a little bit. So I definitely like the 1. I think the 3 probably is going to fit in my action somewhere. I didn't really like the 4 much booked. It was a little bit short. The 5 I thought was the longest shot in here. I didn't care for him. And then the 6 I didn't care much for. So the 2 bets I would make would be the 1 for sure, and then the 3 lesser so. So go 1-3 here at Toga race 6. 1-3. It's not the greatest betting race in the world because you got 6 horses in here. I'd rather have a full field, at least of 8. Those are the 2 that I would look at. Giant crowd at Saratoga. I saw that. It's just friggin' cheek to cheek there. All right, we are loading at Woodbine. I really didn't see too much at Woodbine, at least this race. Another small field. They're off at Woodbine. Good luck, all. At Woodbine. I'll post up my bet for Saratoga there. All right, computer. The 4 and the 3. Let's see what else we got there. Looks like the 4 prevailed at Woodbine. One and 3. Three. Oh, okay. Oh man, tough beat, Wally. You're right there. The one. Ooh, one just got you around the wire, man. That's rough. I had none of those. I kind of like the 5, which was the one that was leading the whole way and just completely fell apart at the end. And Midnight Martini, the 6, that ran 4th. Yeah. So you're at least close. I wasn't that close there. All right, we got 2 minutes to Toga, race 6. Again, I was on the 1 and the 3 here. That's what I thought. Not the greatest betting race in the world, though. Small field. There's some much better opportunities later at Toga. Long day of racing there. Let's see, Wally's in the 1 and 3, 136. Okay. Ooh, Wally's having a good day though. Oh, I didn't realize you were having that good a day, Wally. Nice. I knew Don Johnson was. Don Johnson. No, not straight. It says active box 1-3. But I put a win bet on the 1. I did not put a win bet on the 3, but if you do, I wouldn't talk you out of it if you want to. I just like the 1 better than the 3, and I thought the 1 had better odds. Ugh. Here we go. What else we got rocking or rolling here? It's good to see our chat having a good day. Don and Wally. I've had a good week so far. Actually, I did fairly well outside of Delmar in the tournament. Other than that, I was pretty good. And I just missed a lot of photos. I got photoed out of a lot of shit at Delmar. What's going on at in the UFC? I almost said wrestling. Let's see, wrestling. All right, we are loaded up at Toga. We are off. Everyone broke okay, except for maybe the 4. And the 4 got the worst of it. Their books. We had hustled up into up with the leaders. The 1 broke okay and kind of settled back. Now it's coming on again. Okay. Jockey on the 1 wants to go already. Maybe saw a gap. Get up in there. Right behind the leaders, you got the 4 and the 3 right there. 3 is taking over the lead, I think. Or maybe not. The 4 and the 3 are on the lead. It has opened up for the 2. The 1 is out in the middle trying to run down the 3. 3 is taking over the lead. He looks like your winner. The 1's got too much to make up to catch the 4 for that exact down. 3, 4, 1 is your final, unfortunately. Yeah, I couldn't have bet that any worse. I did like the 3, but I didn't play it to win. And my one I liked better was the 1. He got 3rd, which doesn't do me any good. So 4 breaks up my exact. And I don't bet the 3 to win. Yeah. All right. Gulfstream 7th got a 4-horse field. I'm not gonna even entertain that. Monmouth 6th got 5-horse field there. The Colonial in 12 minutes. Do you guys like the music? I have it down so low, I don't even think you guys can even hear it, actually. Yeah. I don't know. I thought I'd try something a little different today with the music. You got sounds. I don't know what some of these musics are. They don't seem like ringtones. Hmm. All right, Wally, he's on Colonial 8th race, which is pretty much like the next race because, like I said, Gulfstream 7 and Monmouth 6 got basically 4 horses each, I think. some crap. And then so John Egan, race 8 at Colonial Trainer Allard has 2 in the race, and Trainer Cassie has 2 in the race. Okay. Oh yeah, you're asking me if I Dutch? Sure, man. I do it all the time. I even kind of like point out, like I think it was like the last, or actually wasn't the last race Saratoga, but the one before that. One of them I really like. That's like a full bet, and I said the other one's kind of a half bet because I don't know what your like the amounts you normally bet. So you maybe normally bet $50 to win, for instance, and so I'm trying to like go, okay, so your normal bet would be 50, so if you're doing half, be 25 on the other. That's all. So yeah, I do it Dutch. I don't I don't think I've ever like Dutch like bet every friggin' horse in the race. I don't think I've done that. But I don't think that's what you mean. But yeah, I've bet at least, other than like the Derby where there's 20 horses, I don't think I've ever bet like more than a very rare, maybe more than 4, and even 4 is kind of rare. So, but I have definitely bet 2 or 3 in a 3 in a race this week, uh, in varying amounts that I like them. When I do that, it's usually a good sign, honestly, because it usually means that the race is competitive. That's why one of my themes, if you've noticed it, well, you had to have noticed, is that I try to play races that have 8 or more, because that is sort of the breaking point where you know I'm going to have more success ROI wise. Yeah, I think so. I don't even think that I'll take that a step further, John. I'd say I don't even bet. I mean, every once in a while you'll catch me with a horse that's under 4 to 1, but I don't I don't usually bet horses to win that are not at least. I try to break it like 5 or 6 to 1 really. Uh, have I bet once less than that? Sure, but my scrutiny is so strong against those horses that it's rare. It's very rare, and I try to back up every play with the stats behind it. If it's an angle or how to go, well, 3-1, which is the one that I had in the exact, and I said I didn't bet the win, but I said if you want to bet it to win, but the one got third. So we got first and third in the 2 forces I gave, which eh, I didn't cash anything on it, but I could see if you took both my horses to win, you would have done all right. All right, so Colonial race 8. Let's take a look at that one. This one, this race, I had marked as kind of crazy, or could be crazy prices. Let's go. Let's take a look at it. Colonial race number. I could see the 3 here. Talking about Colonial race 8, the 3, Louis the Sun King. I could take. That's definitely a play, 100%. Michael Sanchez, Kathleen O'Connell. You got kind of a lot of the big names in town there in Virginia. I've never been to Virginia, so I don't know the geography too much, but so I like the 7 also. So go 3 and 7. I will post it up here. Let's see what else I got. For this one, the 9. Yeah, I think that's about it. I have a little interest in the 12. If you're going to box 3, I would probably throw in the 12, Governor Sam. But the main 2 is going to be the 3 and the 7 for me, win bets wise. And exacta. I'll do a 3-7 exacta, which I'm going to post up here. And then I'm going to do a 3-7-12 exacta box. Let's see. Get on over to see what else we got cooking. Colonial. Exacta box. Getting a bet in on Colonial here. 3 and 7. I don't know which one I really like better. I bet them equal amounts. 3 and 7 there. Yeah, I'm sure we'll have a play for Saratoga the next one. That'll be the last one of the day for me, anyways. Get on over there. Just take them as they come, man. I try to get my picks out at least a few minutes before the post. It doesn't always work out that way, though, fortunately. Oh, here we go. The one good thing about Saratoga, though, you don't get a lot of big changes in their odds because they've kind of protected the players against the CAW. They cut off the CAW on the win bets, win pool like 2 minutes before the post. Everything else is fair game, though. Everything else is CAW. They can do whatever they want. Only the win bets are protected. Um, okay, let's go over here. I'll take like a little preliminary look at Toga. Oh no, that's not what I want. Saratoga. Saratoga 7. I'll go ahead and I'll look it up here. I I I take the one, even though it's a short price, Fastmaster. Not bad. I could see the two also, Hop Sing, the one and the two. Uh, I think that's about all I like at this point. I think the one and the two here, as an early look at Toga. I'm playing both exacta box and win bets on the one and the two at Toga. Post that up. There you go. There we go. All right, let's check out. Well, we got Colonial Guard to pop off. We took the. Who did we take? I think a look again. I'm sorry. Colonial race 8. We took the 3 and the 7 there. They are off. They are off at Colonial. Three and 7. We are back there, man. We are not at. Well, the 3. Actually, the 3 looks great. I don't know. I mean, it looks like he's like right in behind horses, ready to take off. Time to go, bro. Let's go. Come on, 3. Looks like you got some horse. Are you like scared to run between horses? The 3? The fuck? You look scared. Oh, here comes the 13. Jesus, flying. Wow. Oof. I don't know what to think about the 3. The 3 was like right there, to kind of just jogging. Like he had a ton of horse underneath him, but never really got into the race. It looked like, it looked like he was scared to run between horses. Here comes the 13 on the way outside. I think the 3 ended up getting 4th. What a beautiful turf course they got there, though. Virginia. Cameraman is definitely on crack there, though. Woodbine 6, I did want to take a look at. Delaware 7th. I think I'm too late to try to get up into that. Oh, they're getting the gate at Woodbine too. They don't fuck around there. All right. Ooh, I might like the 3 here at Woodbine. I'm giving these out way too late though. Woodbine. 3 Maria Sophia. Yes, the 3 I would take. Damn, this is slow. I guess that's all I like there. Oh boy, what the hell's going on? Anyways, we have a little bit of we have a second here, Woodbine. I took the 3 Maria Sophia. 13 doesn't want to load, evidently. They're loading at Delaware. I skipped Delaware. They're off at Woodbine. 36. Maria Sophia got out. Okay. Actually got out pretty good. This is a 2-year-old fillies maiden specials going 5.5. So you do want to sort of be aggressive, get out on the front end, I think. That's kind of been the winning model for these types of races, probably ever since they've had racing. The 3's out there on the lead. Let's see if she's got enough to finish this off. Here comes the crowd, though, especially the 9, especially the 13, and the 11 also is kicking in. They're going to tag the 3 right at, about 100 yards from the wire. Ooh, that's a little tough one. Everybody was rolling it except for the 3. Just about nail the 3 down. I think 9 was your winner, right? 9 or 11? Get close. All right, you got 7 minutes to Toga. That will be the final race of the day for me. Yeah. Yeah, John. Yeah. Okay. Cardinals still got no score, 0-0. Cardinals I can tell you, as a Cardinal fan, it's been rough ever since the break, man. I don't think we scored more than two runs or in a game or something. They have not been scoring at all. I can tell you that. The game in, game out. Actually, they had one game I think against the Cubs. They scored a few runs, but they have not. Let's say 80% of their rate of their games haven't scored very many. Their offense has been lacking. Pitching's been all right, I think. I went to a game last week. It was the Wednesday, not last Wednesday. So like 10 days ago, went to the Angels and Cardinals, like a 1 o'clock game, and they won that game 1-0. A weather hole solo shot. Forget the pitcher. The pitcher was like a guy that wasn't like in their normal rotation too. What was his name? He pitched a really good game though. I had never seen him pitch, honestly. I can't remember his name though. It was a right-hander. Two sliders. A lot of sliders. Now I gotta get his name. Bugging me. That shit bugs me when I can't remember. I was at the game too. We got there a little late. Roster. I don't see him on the roster. He might have been one of those guys who just came up to pitch one game. Like, is he? Let's see, stats, roster, depth chart. Huh. It wasn't any of the normal guys like May, McGreevy, Libator, Palante, Leahy. It wasn't any of them. Now it's bugging me. Bugging me more and more. All right, let's see here. We got Saratoga coming up. How the fuck is this guy thing now? Batting. There's all the batting stuff. Pictures. Oh. Now it's bugging me. Oh, here we go, pitching. Can't be that hard. Dobbins. That's who it was. There you go. I remember. Hunter Dobbins. He must be back in the he's back in the minors. I thought he pitched great. He did pitch great, actually. I know he did. What? Hunter Dobbins. Bryan, Texas. Wally knows where that is. I don't. My geography of Texas is lacking. I drove through there during a pandemic. Actually spent some time there. I was really impressed with Dallas area. Didn't go to Houston though. Okay, so obviously I'm on the 1 and the 2. If I had to pick between those two, I would take the 2. Hop Sing. I think he's a better bet. But I always sort of lean to the higher price anyways. I think that is a good way to look at it. If I had to pick a third one, I'd probably take the 4, I guess. Universe. I had a mark. Here's one. I was talking about our John. I think it was John. John was asking me. He was asking me about my trainer angles. Yes, I remember Hobsing. Yes. Yep. I watched Bonanza. I was like supposed to be like in northern Nevada, right? Every big guy was called Haas after that. Every big guy in the street you ever met, Haas. Wait a minute. That was a good show. Hop Sing. Let's go fucking Hop Sing. Kendrick Carmouche. Um, yeah, definitely Hop Sing. I'll take a little Hop Sing. I'll add a little win bet on the Hop Sing. Hunter Dobbins. Went to the game, pitched a great game, and cashed my ticket, and then he got sent back to the minors. Probably Memphis, I guess. All right, so this is going to be the last one for me today. Um, I've been told Gilly's going to be back tomorrow. I cannot fill in for Gilly tomorrow. I got too much shit. I just got so much stuff going on. Going back, I got to take care of. All right, we are loading at Toga. In this 7-horse 7th race. Yeah. All right, we are off and running in Saratoga 7. Hopefully, Hop Sing can cook up a winner for us. 7-1. Get out to the lead though. Our other horse that we have in our exact, at least I do, is the 1, and he's in second now. So there's that. The 6 is actually now pulled into second past the 1. If they run down, I believe, the backstretch on this mile and an eighth dirt allowance race for $120,000 purse. Big crowd at Saratoga today. Big crowd. Two's right there though. They ran the half in 47.51. That's pretty fast, but I don't think it's suicidal. They are backing up here a little bit though. They are closing in on them on the 2. I don't know what the two's got left. It doesn't look like he's got a lot, honestly. Rounds a turn into the stretch. The two is out of gas, I think. The one is trying to make a run here and going to take the lead, I think, over the six. Looks like it. The angles is tough. The one is going to win Sassmaster. It's going to come in 163 at Toga. Yeah. Two went a little too fast, honestly. That's hindsight, but that's. I was kind of thinking that too. When I saw the fraction, I thought, oh, that's a little fast. Like I said, it wasn't suicidal fast, but fast for sure. All right, well, that's going to do it for me for this week. I will be back next week. Lord willing. And just want to thank everyone for coming in. We had the group here. Oh, yeah, if you want. Dude, here's an open invitation for you, Wally, every week. So, yeah. Actually, any of you, Bruce, if you're not camera shy, you can come on. Sorry we weren't able to kind of link up there. O'Brien, yeah. See, I knew you knew. I knew you do. So, yeah, I don't know what that means. Okay. Yeah, he got cooked up. Yeah. Johnny Egan, thanks for coming in. Emily, whoever that is, I don't know that one. Nasty Nate was here. OG. Not forever. Since I've been on this, like way back in the old SBR days. I believe. Who else is here? I said Bruce. I said John. Oh, we had Don Johnson in here. Did a big one. Yeah. So yeah. All right. I will see you next week. You guys have a great Saturday if you continue on.